Good morning. So it's a new day, and I'm on day number 3 of working on my goat. So here it is in behind me. The cab's up in the air, and the chassis is now down and stripped. And I had an issue where when I built the suspension the first time, I built it like the roadkill method, where I didn't care if it was done right, it just had to work. And so I slammed that together in, I don't know, a couple days, and apparently when I did it, it was totally wrong. Like, I don't know what happened, but the whole truck was off by about 1.5 inches, and it sucked. So I've now cut the front end out. I'll show you in a second. And then, on the weekend, we whipped up this grill for my buddy's Denali here. And it turned out pretty sick, I think. I like it. He likes it. Really, that's all that matters. When the customer likes it, that's what you want. But it looks good. I like it. Okay, so back to the goat. Here's what we got going. I'll walk you over. I've cut this leaf spring perch out. That one over there, because it rides up on the diff so hard, I can't come towards me anymore. It has to stay there. But because this diff was 1 inch, because that diff was 1 inch too far this way, I'm gonna push that axle over, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these spring hangers off there, and I'm gonna cut the front bar out of the front, and then I'm gonna extend this out so that that perch ends up in the right spot, the same as here. So I cut this one off this morning, and now I've just got a bare tube. I'll clean it up a little bit better. But I thought I'd show you guys what I was up to here. It's turned into a job, like, realistically. The engine is, I don't know, like, with the transmission and transfer case, it's like 16 inches longer than what I had. I thought it was about 14, but it's closer to like 16 or 18 inches longer. It's long compared to the little 2L diesel that was in it. That little baby diesel engine is just tiny compared to this big bugger. So fitting this thing in, it works out that the tail shaft right there, when this is in the truck, it's directly over top of the output for the rear end. So that's obviously less than ideal, like very less than ideal. So we're gonna cut and we're gonna move the back end back right to the very back of the frame. So sorry to keep spinning you around, but I'm gonna move this rear end right to the very back of this frame, so those wheels will come back almost 2 feet. Then we're gonna lower the truck by as much as we can so that I'm not getting wheel rub when it stuffs. But we're gonna try and squat this thing down as tight and low as I can get it. It doesn't need to be tall. And with the 500 horse that this thing's gonna get, the driveline has to be nice and straight. I'm going from 54 horse up to 500. So yeah, I got to build the truck different. You know, like different power levels require different builds. So that's where I'm at today. So I'm going to cut all the perches off, and then I'll be back when it's time to make up the new ones, and I'll show you how I do that. But for right now, I got a couple hours of grinding basically, and yeah, so I'm gonna do all this grinding and then I'll be back. Okay, we'll knock this perch off. There we go. Now we got a clean slate on the front. Everything's gone up here. And I gotta cut those rear spring rib mounts off. And then I'll have a clean slate up there. And we'll be able to rebuild this front end properly. And then the back end will have to get moved. And then I can do my motor swap, finally. I'm basically scratch building a truck here. That was a Dana 44. Didn't belong in it. That's a full-size truck axle. Chev 10 bolt in the back. Also doesn't belong in this truck. And full-size as well. But all the parts are going to be easy to get now. And that's pretty awesome. Ordering stuff out of Japan is a pain in the ass, and it's super expensive to get it here in Canada. So I just wanted to make this thing like all American parts where you can find stuff at Wreckers and, you know, anybody's backyard of hillbilly gems. Okay, I'm gonna get back at it and I'll be back. Okay, I got the front sewn back together, and I'll pull it out. Chestnut room sweet by. Okay. Oh, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, this is so awesome. There. I gotta give this place a clean. So where I'm at now is when I built this thing, I don't know. I was just so lazy about it, and I wanted to go wheeling like the day after. So I did it wrong, and then it came back to sort of bite me in the ass a little bit. But now we got a roller again. So I cut that perch down to match that side. For some reason that was taller. I don't know what was going on. And then basically this bar here got cut down by 3 inches. So that front got sucked up by 3 inches. And then I made everything match. And now it's all centered up. If you go from this grease nipple to the rear one that's fixed, it's the same on both sides. So I know it's going to drive straight. And that's where it came from, so that's where it's gonna go back to. And so now I've got to clean everything up, and the 4-link parts are on their way. So I'm gonna 4-link the back, because the back has to come back so much. It's just not gonna work. So we're gonna cut the back of this truck off, and then 4-link it, and move those wheels as far back to the back as we can, really. We only have so many options, being that engine's so long. That thing's just a beast in length. So fitting it in this little mini truck is a challenge for sure. But we're gonna get it. I'm gonna have to move these back wheels, like I said, almost right to the back of the frame. And yeah, then go from there. So next is Next is to fit the engine in the hole and see how it's going to sit in relation to those motor mounts. I think that's what's next. My motor mounts are really close to in the spot that I need, so I might just need to make a little pad that just moves them over a little bit. But either way, it's going to be easy. I've got tons of room here now, and no matter what I have to do, it's going to fit in that little truck. It's gonna. We're at the commitment move part here, like. So, yeah. I'm gonna start getting ready to fit this engine in. That's what's next. I'm actually really stoked. It's tiring because like it's a lot of work. Yeah, I cut that whole front end apart. Just wasn't right. Wasn't right at all. But it's fixed. It's rectified. Looks proper now. Everything seems happy. Flex is nice. So, yeah, engine fit time. I'll be back. Test fit time. I want to see what this looks like. Hold on to there. It is. So, this is what we got going on. I'll spin you around. The drive shaft is still like right on top of itself, but it is down closer, about 3 inches down. So lowering this front end made a bit of difference. The front is close, but I will have enough room for that diff to sneak up into there a little bit. That engine's not sitting anywhere as close to perfect. Otherwise, I don't see any clearance issues. So now I'll get this engine set where it needs to be, and then I'm going to cut the back out, and I'm going to 4-link it so that I got room for drive shaft. Because that's all I can do. That's just all I can do. Otherwise, pretty awesome, eh? I wasn't sure how well that was going to work out, but I think so far it's everything I hoped. Yeah, I think so far it's everything I planned on sort of biting into here. Okay, I'm going to clean up. I wanted to see how that engine was going to look. It was just driving me crazy. So now it's in its hole. One thing more off the floor so I can clean. Yeah, I'll be back. Well, I got to go get steel for the 4 links. And my truck hasn't driven in, oh geez, it's been a couple weeks now. And we've had a couple big dumps of snow, as you can see, and a cold snap. So first we're gonna see if it'll even start, because new age batteries are junk. Oh my poor girl, eh? I did lock in the hubs. So if we can get her going, we'll try and drive her out. See if it'll go. Oh, it's gonna go. Man, this truck is so faithful. I paid $4 grand for this thing. And I had to drive way back out in the mountains to get it in Kamloops, so about 4 hours from where I'm at. And I was gonna just buy it for the deck, but it's just been such a loyal truck. I just keep running it. Like, that just flashes up every time, does what it needs. Pretty awesome old truck, actually. Okay, I'm gonna let this thing warm up, and then we'll see if it'll drive out of here, because we're still, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just do it. We'll throw her in. Throw her on 4-wheel. Okay, there's 4. I'm gonna go back just a little bit. Oh, this thing gonna just drive right out of here. Oh, like nothing. Sweet. Oh, that was just too easy. Eh? Like, my God, this truck is just so loyal. So good. Okay, I'm gonna let her warm up, and I got a mountain of snow to dig off it. Oh, my door handle doesn't work. Classic Ford things. Hey, door handle broke. They seem to all do that. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this thing off, and then I gotta go get some steel. Good morning. This is Gord, Hiace Welding. I'm out in the shop working on my 1988 Toyota Hiace. We're gonna do a Vortec 4200 swap in it, and I'm well underway now. So the front end that I had done originally was done, to be honest, pretty terrible. I did it in an extreme roadkill fashion where I just wanted it to work, and I wanted it to work like tomorrow. I wanted to go to the river and drive my truck, and I got to do that. So it wasn't all for a loss, but it was not right. And being that I'm into this build now so far, it had to be redone before we could put the new motor in. So over the last couple days, I redid the suspension in the truck. Oh, that's weird. So I redid the suspension, and I moved the spring purchase outwards a little ways. And I fixed the height. For some reason, when I built this, one of those blocks this one here was much taller. And to be honest, it was in the wrong spot. Because I just puked this thing together before. So now all the front suspension is in where it needs to be. The engine is sitting there, but it needs to come ahead approximately 1.5 inches. So today I'm going to make new motor mounts for it. These guys here aren't going to work. So I'm going to get rid of them and make my own. This pad is great where it is. That's going to work out fabulous for me. So I just got to make a actual motor to the top of the mount plate. I need to make a trans mount so that so that I can get rid of this come along. And then we're going to cut this rear end out, which is sort of a shame, but it's got to go. It's got to go. And we're going to 4-link it. So yesterday I spent getting a bunch of pipe. Well, I had to dig my truck out of the snow. I'll add a video. That thing, man, what a trooper. Just walked right out. But, so I went and got 20 feet of pipe. And then I got these creeper joints. I'm going with the trail gears. The price was right, and there's a dealer on the Heart, like where I live in Prince George, called Raven Truck Accessories. And those guys are, they're actually pretty deadly to deal with. I would definitely go back. Well, I will be going back. I like dealing with them. So they got me the joints in a day. It didn't take long. Oh, the bushings that I'm going to use are right here. I don't know if you saw them in the last pic. So I'm going to bushing one end. That's what this little pipe's for, is to just make some pipe bushings. The paint is to paint this stuff, obviously. And then we got some springs over here that we can use. And they're a little short. They're like stock Jeep springs, but they're free. And I like that price. So I can just make a bucket to accommodate for the little shorter spring. I don't think it's going to cause me any harm. Like, it won't, no. This truck always rode a bit like a brick, so I'm not expecting miracles out of it. I just want this engine to work, and the only way I can do it is to move this diff back, like, far. So it's got to go from where it is here all the way back to there. It needs to go right to the back of the diff. And then I think with that 2 or 3 feet difference, I'll have room for a drive shaft in this thing. Front drive shaft's going to work out fine. There's lots of room up front, so everything in there is going to work out really nice. Yeah, so I'm moving along. Hopefully by the end of today, the motor will be mounted and the 4-link will be in. So that's our goal today. I'm going to get at it, and I'll set up the camera and take you guys along here and there. Some parts I won't, just because of the noise. Grinders suck on camera. Like, you listen to grinding on a camera and it's just terrible. And like 90% of these projects are grinding. So, yeah, I'm going to get at it. I'm going to get at it right now. First, I got to do some computer work. I got my laptop set up here. So I'm going to make those motor mounts. Going to make the motor mounts and then install them. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're making some parts here. We've got the engine in place, and now we're making some tranny mounts. So I welded those pieces in, and Chris and I fabbed these up. And then we bolted a plate on the bottom. And now we're using the affordable bender. This thing's called the affordable bender. And we're bending up a couple parts here. This little bender has been pretty good. I did blow up a bottle jack. The original bottle jack that it came with died.
But we were trying to bend some real heavy stuff too.
That's true.
It was way heavy.
So we've made one of these, and now on this side here, I've just put a little red mark. And so we're just crank it up until the red mark's the same, which it is right now. And we let the pressure off, and we know this is the same as the one we made. And whether it's a degree or two, I don't care. Don't care. Yeah, and then we'll weld them in. But I'm getting closer. We're getting closer. I almost have a rolling truck. Well, until we cut the back end out to 4-link it. But the engine and trans is in. Okay, check this out, guys. We just set this thing down. This is basically where ride height is. Oh, I'll stand back a bit. So I don't have the body pucks in, but that's about how thick they are. That's about where it lives. And, oh, this door doesn't open. Let's have a look inside. Look at how awesome this is. Oh, that's so deadly. It fits good. Hey?
And there's lots of room for a rat up front.
This is awesome.
Exhaust clears everything. Everything clears, man. Like, no
With
problem.
tons of room. Woo! Oh, I'm a happy kid. Check this out, guys. This is how it looks with the valve cover on. Hopefully the light hits it nice. My other camera, the Samsung phone, it deletes all the sparkle out trying to autocorrect. It like autocorrects out all the sparkle trying to make the picture better, but it ruins a flake paint job as far as trying to get a picture of it. So there's the valve cover in. Engine's in the truck. And I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. I just can't believe it's happening. I'm so pleased. Okay. So I'm just gonna hammer the back end of this truck off real fast. And then I'll clean it up after. Okay, so now we can just roll this guy out, in theory, right? Yeah! Woohoo! Oh, that's great, eh? Yes!